Elmau Castle, a luxury retreat nestled in Germany's picturesque alpine region. A tranquility that couldn't contrast more with the task ahead for its guests. Leaders of the G7 nations are gathering this weekend to discuss the world's biggest challenges, which have only been exacerbated by the war in Ukraine. A worsening economic outlook, energy shortages and a looming food crisis.
Our message at the G7 group is clear. We will not allow the Russian war of aggression to plunge the world into hunger. We are acting together. We are watching closely how Russia, with its cynical grain war, is purposefully causing food prices to explode in order to destabilize entire countries.
Around 20 million tons of grain destined for international markets remain stuck in Ukraine due to Russian blockades of the Black Sea coast, with poorer African countries affected the most. The crisis, along with surging energy costs, has escalated world food prices and added to a global spike in inflation. The risk of the US and Europe sliding into recession is high and rising. And the global south, where countries were already struggling with the pandemic and climate heating, is hit even harder, making the fight against inflation a main priority.
The
G7 is determined to stop inflation with decisive measures and to strengthen growth. We see an enormous danger in inflation to further economic growth and especially to economic progress, which we want to ensure for people.
G7 leaders are also expected to launch an initiative that offers low- and middle-income countries valuable investments. It's considered a response to China's Belt and Road project, as leaders are trying to find a new approach to Beijing. On site near Elmau, another challenge hangs over the summit. Activists have set 8 police cars on fire, with officials bracing for possibly violent climate protests. Holding the G7 presidency this year, Germany is particularly committed to finding solutions to all these issues. Chancellor Olaf Scholz's response to the war in Ukraine, inflation and energy concerns have put his new government to the test, meaning the summit in Elmau is a fresh opportunity to show leadership in a moment of a world crisis. The Alpine foothills are perhaps a fitting location for the world's leading democracies, as they wrestle with mountainous challenges that will determine the future well-being of their citizens. Sibel Karkus, TRT World, Berlin.